snippet of what's changing, and from there you can actually see what it does or does not do. Yeah.
I think there's a workflow. So there's a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Where the gatekeeper will decide whether this to be included or not.
Correct.
But how does the gatekeeper?
Okay, so picture time. Picture time. I'm going to draw a diagram.
Gatekeeper usually are the well informed and the person who knows about that.
Yeah, because nowadays, as you develop, so you have this creator of a software package, releases a source code on GitHub, then the source code. Alright, so you got your data, this is source code. So here's the thing. You're a user, you have a problem, so you file a ticket on GitHub. Maybe I'm going to show you a demo how it works later. So it goes to GitHub. So then you have this guy that look at your issue. So then what you do is you produce another patch. It's called pass yada. This is a patch. Okay. Then a patch. Then what you do? I do a thing called. Okay, it's a bad diagram. I apologize for that. So you call a pull request to the owner. This is the owner of the project. So if they say okay, then this goes directly. So yada now turns into yeah. So you got this owner and this that will actually say whether to include these changes to my project or not. Because what happened is, in this case, you are the user of this open source software. You do not own the project. So in this case, I write a program. I release it in open source. I'm owner of that project, but you use my program. That copy is yours. You have a problem, you come to the GitHub project, file a problem. I have this problem here, then I got a team down here that decided that, oh, awesome, this is easy. I just do a small patch. So these changes to your issue. Me will look at his patch. Okay, not awesome, no, I cannot accept that because of whatever reason. Or I said, awesome, take it, keep it. Now the project contains the changes that contain the fix of the problem. So in the end of the day, there's a project owner. So in this case, the project owner is me. So the project owner will be the gatekeeper of the project. Yes. Yeah. So put it this way, an open source software do have an owner. It may sound weird that when you use the software, you're the owner. No, there's also what I like to call a project owner. So the project owner will tend to be the creator of that project, and I decide whether to take some changes or not. If I decided if you have this problem that's so severe that I don't want to fix a problem, you can ask someone help. Then you can fork the project. Essentially, it's another copy of the project. It contains the thing that you want, but that's also it's a bit complicated. But with source code, you can do that. Then you can found another project to fix the stuff. But that's the complicated part of open source politics. So politics exists.
And also one more thing.
Yeah.
When you help each other, I feel that not only is it difficult to get recognition for one thing, but also at the same time, like you reduce competition to get better.
No, actually, it's put this way. A lot of things that this stuff is really about. Okay, so now GitHub for this project, we have a list of contributors.
Okay.
So contributor maker. So contributor list. Okay, it's roughly this. We have C as a contributor list, so people know what he does. Does it make no competition? No, because here's the thing. You have two choices. Make your skill open or hide your skill.
Yeah, so that you can be better off.
Technically, you can learn from others and be better. That's a cure. In fact, that's how some of the contributors learn along the way. In the Linux kernel, what people do in the Linux kernel project, they encourage new people by submitting a patch to fix something. Then the senior people will comment on the patch Then if the new person want to learn again, they will submit with the changes, and that's how they learn along the way. It's indirectly mentoring a project, mentoring a person as well. So it's more open, it's not public. So yes, if you one of the consequences of you submitting a patch and people critique on it, which actually happen, is you will learn along the way.
Is it possible to also learn at the same time but have a competitive advantage or over?
Well, pretty sure we don't, because one of the rules is we don't waste time. So if one person fixing a problem, as much as possible, we do not try to do the same thing. Yeah, so that's one rule. Occasionally it happens, then we need to figure out lah. But in the end of the day, we try not to waste time. So we try not to worry about competition, fix the problem the best possible way. That's why the code review, that's why all the tools about critiquing whether a fix is useful or not works in on how we collaborate with software lah. So because you try not to do the same thing, you try to save time. So you understand what I'm saying?
So you're more focused on the task than
correct. In this case, some people that want to solve a problem is having the same problem on their own. So if the other people are fixing it, why bother, let them fix it. That's how I do it. If that doesn't work, if nobody doing it, then if I can do it, I do it myself. So yeah. Then if the person decided that it's not good enough, then we communicate. Communication is about collaboration.
How nice if everything was like that.
Well, it actually happens in the commercial world, in a smaller sense, at a smaller scale. So except you are paid for it in the commercial world, in-house, but in the open source we do it as a favor. So everybody try to be nice to each other.
The commercial one is the one where they might want to have a competitive edge over.
Yeah, because money and age and all that. But
and you see there's money coming from other ways like Tesla.
Yeah.
But Tesla actually their IP.
Yeah, correct.
They allow anyone to use.
So in the end of the day, well, it's opening other thing lah.
So this is open,
Yeah. So
I think it's back to motivation.
yeah.
So irregardless commercial, non-commercial, profit, non-profit.
Yeah.
There could be competition because the product has to. But in the open source manner, because things are more transparent, minus politics, there shouldn't be much competition.
Yeah.
Usually it's politics that.
Yeah. It's how they collaborate, because what happens is in a company, it's a bit more at stake. You're talking about multiple teams trying to meet quota. It's a bit bad when it happens. Sometimes you want to show that you contribute more. So in open source, let's forget about open source. When you try to help people, you don't really think that much about whether you help more than not. You should not be. If you do it, if you help people, you want to show off that you help more, then you have problem. People shun you. It's the same in open source or wherever. You help people, people think you're awesome. If you try to show off, then people shun you. It's the same thing. It's really just the same thing. So it's like doing a task. If you do it commercially, then you have competition because there's something else at stake and you got the wrong motivation. But if start the workplace with good motivation, then you'll also get the same result. Less recognition, but same result. So in the end of the day, it's how we want to do it. Okay, so it's almost toward the middle already. How you want to help open source project. So here's the thing. This is supposed to go later in the afternoon, but I'll keep it short. Go to github.com. Done. Okay. I know two of you guys are not programmers because I know these two guys already helped in some of our project that is on GitHub already. So that's not a problem. If you happen to use open source software, if you found a problem, file a ticket. If the project is on GitHub, I file a ticket because you count as a contributor on it. File a ticket, learn how to file a ticket properly. Essentially, it's about doing step by step, as much detail possible. But start with exploring here, see whether you can project you want. I know from broadcasting, it happens that a few journalism project is on GitHub, so you can learn from it. Finance, maybe not so much, but you want to help, you can look around, explore projects. So you want to learn to code, then you can learn around first. But if you're not a programmer, you just want to help project, you can, and you happen to use some of this project on GitHub, use it, you'll find an issue, file a ticket. Write blog posts to show how to do some problem that you found hard to do. Don't worry too much whether people already found a problem or not, but share your knowledge out. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Even sometimes some of the project that you use, some of these guys that release, okay, it's girls as well. Sometimes they had a very new version of the project. They want tester, help them because it helps them make their project better. So as a user, there's a few ways you can help. Testing software, found problem, show them how you replicate the problem, and write guide to help people to solve the problem. So essentially, for non-technical people, this is how we help it. For technical people, learn to code and fix it up. So any question you have before this?
So actually, if you are a freelancer, you can use this as a resume to.
Yeah, in fact, by all means, that's how. But again, it's a motivation. Yeah, it's the motivation. Do it on the side. Don't expect much. But it's a good proof that you have skills. In fact, I think as a freelancer that want to learn stuff, by all means, look at the project, learn to help the project. You can learn a thing or two from it. So it's not a bad thing actually. So yes. So for non-profit, you have project, put it on GitHub. Anyone that help you also get some contribution, and people will know. You help them in their career, so it's awesome. So anything you want to ask on this? No. Okay. So next, infrastructure. Okay. So what is open source? A lot of things. So you know all the cloud services is Linux. Those are open source software, free software. The tools that build these tools, GCC, a compile, open source, is those guys that call themselves free software compilers. So all the tools that people build. Okay, a big number of the tools for software developers is already open source. It's already a free software, shareable, viewable. Linux runs on a majority of the infrastructure around the world. You know the blog site, WordPress is open source. It's there. Security is bad. It's horribly bad. So there's a point that even open source can't really solve security problem. You need people to actually focus on it. But open source stuff is everywhere. Okay, maybe not everywhere, but it's in a lot of places. Android phone have open source component, a lot of it. Chances is your Apple might use an open source component, they just don't say about it too much. I use Linux because I can, because I like it. That's open source. So infrastructure, a big number of it, they run half of the world at least. I'm sure it's a lot more, but at least more than half the world. Open source application exists. If you use VLC, that's an open source. If you use Wikipedia, the source code of Wikipedia exists. The Chrome is from Chromium, which is open source. Firefox is open source. It's free software, you can show it. There is application, normal people application. You can use it for non-profit like Masini. There is like tons of projects. You got Ushahidi for mapping issue. Ushahidi. It's African. It's African.
Bukan kawan dulu lah.
So people use it for tracking election issues and missing people in flood issue. So non-profits do a lot of open source, release a lot of their stuff open source. Sinar Project is us in Sinar Project adopt a lot of those software. Partly because it's open source, we can do changes whatever we want. So Aduantu, one of our complaint system that actually goes to Subang Jaya and PSJ, that is open source. The source code is released to be used. So, yeah.
How do I know if a software is reliable, verifiable, and credible to use?
Okay, so like it or not, we still do a trial run. We do a trial run to see whether it works. Okay, first get a project on GitHub.
Okay.
GitHub tend to have, okay, GitHub is easy for you. It's not so easy for non-technical people, but reliable, popular software. Reliable software, good software tend to be more popular.
Okay.
So it tend to be more popular, so you can actually look from there and see lah. So even though the thing about GitHub is it's very source code focused, but for their project page, they might actually link to something for normal people to use. Might be. My advice for your question is make friends with your programmer.
But even applications, right?
Yeah.
Source applications,
So,
like for example, Wikipedia isn't very reliable. I mean,
Wikipedia is big, yeah.
the content.
Content is
released
outside
by-
of the code actually.
Yeah.
Content is outside of the code. Because there is two type of thing. Today I'm talking about the infrastructure, the code. Content is last week, but doesn't matter, I'll explain it later. Essentially, it's two different things. It's essentially two different things. So yes, open source tools sometimes might not do the thing that you do. For example, the Linux system doesn't work on all laptops, but because people keep fixing it, so they fix it all the time. In my case, I'm just lucky that Dell fixed the problem for us, and releases the fix to people to pick it up. So how do you know? Remember, it's free software. You're free to download it, try it, use it. So try it first to see whether it fit your criteria. Don't worry too much about the detail, but I suggest that you try to learn what people think about, like Google search what people think about this software, what people think about that software. People will blog about it and will have the opinion. Then you can learn from them. This is why I say, can you help open source project? Blog about it, blog about how to guide, opinion. That's a help. So when people search on Google, find out that what you think, or find out other. In fact, when you go Google for certain software, when people blog about it, they're actually helping the project because they make it easier for you to understand what the project does.
What is it that some of these free software?
Yeah.
So when you put in, they actually ask a lot of things.
Well,
I mean, like you have to register first.
Not all.
I think it's like so that they can send you some.
Yeah, not all projects.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
So
I
if
understand.
let's say you want me to use the ads fund, but when you go into that detail,
It's like
well, I'll just
advertising.
like
yeah, but a lot of these guys that don't do advertising. Not all projects.
oh no.
Not all
I mean
projects.
the real one more lah, I guess. I don't know.
But I know they send you stuff. Right?
Yeah. Those are not everyone do that. Some do that. That's not bad. So I pretty much avoid that. So another thing about free software freedom is freedom of choice. So you don't like the guy asking you so many things. Forget them. Choose another one.
Yeah, I forget. I mean,
So, yeah. So in short, application covered. Anything else? No.
I feel
Yeah.
that if everyone were to like share and blog about
Yeah, yeah,
all these
correct.
things, it would be hard to like be the one that stands
Well,
out and recognize
it dep-
everybody's doing the same thing.
Okay, it depends on what you want. Do you want to solve problem that you have, or do you want to be famous? Because if you want to solve problem, if people solve it for you, awesome, you do not need to do it again. It's the same thing. Okay, so among us programmers, if we do not need to solve a problem, we won't solve it. As much as possible, we should not solve it. or attempt to solve it. Because in the end, what you want to do? You want to be famous or you want to solve problem? So to us, we want to solve problem. To me, I want to solve problem. If we solve, take it. Which is why some of the software that we adopt, I do not like it, but it solves a problem. We just have to adopt it.
So it depends on your intention.
Correct, correct. So our intention solve problem. So that's for us lah. Also, other thing here is this is my robot. So not all the things are open source. Software are not the only thing that is open source. So sometimes hardware are open source. Open source because there's limit of what you can open on the hardware. For example, you might have a computer which all the specification of item. Problem now is you cannot make a computer chip. Okay, you can't easily manufacture the circuit board. Yeah, circuit board is a bit hard to manufacture on mass. Circuit board is easier because soldering skills not so bad, but the microchip is hard. Hardware design language, so TOSEC is still very hard to do.
You still need a vendor.
Equipment is not easy to get, for example. So, but as much there is a movement to release specification of the hardware project that they do. Tesla is a good example. They released a patent. These guys that release the for the software that they use inside this, they release the source code. For the hardware, they release the specification, what they use, what they don't use, and the design of the circuit. So hardware is a bit weird, but it moved beyond that. Also, people already moved to houses, opening the design of their houses, machines. So the design is open. Whether you make it or not is another thing. So that's what makes free. There's no such thing as a free hardware because you can't easily make a house. You can't easily make concrete at your back, behind your house, because even you can have an open design of a house, how are you going to make concrete without the equipment? You can have concrete. How do you make the concrete machine and all that? So there's limit on what openness beyond hardware can do, but doesn't mean people don't try. People try. Specification open, design is open, source code is open. So that already happened.
Let's just say you are a programmer of a company and you want to make your own, you want to manufacture your own
Robot?
your own circuit board and your own whatever to fix what you got from that company. I mean, you work for that company at a company.
Well, here's the
you
thing
do
about.
it on your own for your own.
Okay, here's the thing about company, right? One, if you work for a company project directly, do not, unless the boss said, okay, release it, don't do it. Put it this way, my personal project, own personal project, I will try to release it. Currently I work with Sinar, so our project is open source. In our case, release it. So that's our rule. In my previous job, I'll be careful. I'll be a bit careful on how, what kind of project I work on, because I know that those guys prefer their stuff to be proprietary, so I'll be careful. Respect that. Yeah, it's awesome to release, but please respect that not every people get it. Because sometimes they get it awesome, sometimes they don't, too bad. So for my own project, why not show off? It's our own project. But also in between, there's also a key issue of non-compete clause, which you should not release a project is similar to what you do directly as a project. That is very murky. So not sure whether they can enforce it or not, because it's hard to enforce, but it's there. I don't like it. So let's say you work for a company. Be careful the type of project you release. If you just create a website for fun on your own free time, do it. Because as long as it does not relate to the company business or whatnot.
But if you want to fix your own.
Yeah. So here's the thing about commercial software development. Not everyone gets it. Sometimes you really have to bite the bullet to do it, because company policy or whatnot. Respect it. But previously I managed to use it, but I checked the license. But the license is a bit complicated, so I'm be careful on that. But if you work like company, if you work like a group like Sinar that willing to open source stuff, awesome, we release all the stuff. So in fact, if there's something we need to fix, we fix it. I hate to fix certain stuff, but if we have to fix it, we fix it. So yeah, so my advice on that, respect the company decision. It sucks, which is why we got paid for it. So if it's just for fun, we won't get paid for it to do things, this kind of thing. So in the end, I don't think you're going to open source stuff, but help anyway. I know these guys release some of the code on open source on GitHub anyway, so I don't care anymore. So that's all from me. Any question? No. Calling once, calling twice. Let's makan.
So every end of the video must be that. Makan, yay!
Free meal.
Yay!
Wait, let me see how many you have. Done already, right?
Yeah.
Done. Okay.
No, I can take the audio from you twice.
What?
No, I can take it.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why you need your U3.
Oh. So how?
Or what? Take from here. Lah.
Oh.
You're live now.
I know I'm done.
Yeah, okay.
I'm done.
Yay!
Yo.
Makan.
Makan. So show everybody.
I got 75 ringgit in my wallet.
Good enough.